Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you all 6 duplication glitches for the Bedrock edition of Minecraft in the latest version. Some of them are very OP, especially the last one, so make sure to watch the entire video. As always, if you got any questions you can leave them down in the comment section or reach me in the Discord server, link in the description. Let's start! So let's start with the first one. This one is a gravity block duplication glitch and works on realms, servers and stuff like this too. For each glitch I'll tell you if they work on realms and servers or not. As the name says, with this duplication glitch you can duplicate any kind of gravity block, and this includes all kinds of concrete. This includes the anvils, sand, red sand and gravel. It can be done with dragon eggs as well, but this is a bit more complicated. All the items you're gonna need for this one is a button, a piston, a bucket of water, some blocks. You don't need exactly half a stack, but this is a good amount. And if you want to do this with concrete powder, you will need 2 extra strings to prevent the water from destroying, so turning the concrete powder into normal blocks. Well, for this one you will need to be in the end dimension. And then in the end, once you defeated the Ender Dragon, you'll find yourself one of these end gateways. And this is what we want to use with this glitch. So preferably in survival mode, you want to first make a staircase up to the end gateway. If you want, of course, you can do this with ladders too. And then once you're up here, what you want to do is to take one of these 4 free corners. In this case, this corner is the best because we don't have any ladders around. And then just place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks like this, so you have a rather 3 by 3 shape, and then you want to just cover this with 1 layer of a wall. You can use any kind of block that you want, and you can still use the portal itself after building this little machine. And now what you want to do is to destroy this block. This should be the middle block of the 3 by 3 platform, and then place a piston instead. Now you want to go below that piston and just place a button right there. If you aren't sure that you can reach the button from your ladder, then you can just place some more blocks around and make yourself a little platform so they can easily access this button. Now, once you have ensured this, then you want to go right up and place 1 water bucket in the corner like this. Now we can place the block we want to duplicate out of the gravity blocks on top of the piston. I take the anvil because it is the most valuable. Then go down our ladders to our platform and just press the button once. As you can see, then a beacon beam will pop up, and when you don't see the beam anymore, you can press this a second time, and then you can press this a third time, and you can do this as much and as often as you want. Every time the beacon beam pops up, you'll duplicate one of the items. These items can be easily accessed by using ender pearls. You just have to throw one of your ender pearls into the portal. But as you can see now, I have just 1 anvil. Now let's collect our duplicated anvils. And as you can see, now there are some on the floor. And if I collect them, I have 1 more right here and 1 more is standing right here. So with these 3 button clicks, I duplicated 2 of the anvils. Now, of course, when trying this with concrete powder, as you can see, this will turn into normal concrete blocks. So to get it to work, you will need 4 strings, not 2, I'm sorry. And you want to place them right here, there, in this position, and right there. And now, when you place the concrete powder right here, or on top of the piston, then it won't turn into the concrete itself, and the beam pops up. And now you can continuously do this with the button again, and every time you do this, the beam will pop up, and you'll duplicate one of your blocks. Also, there is a machine to make this fully AFK and automatically, link in the description. Which brings us directly to the next duplication glitch, one for all items in the game. For this one, you will need 1 nether portal, and you will need 1 ShulkerBox with all of the blocks or items inside. If you don't have access to a ShulkerBox, then wait until the next glitch, there I show how to do this with chests. When you go through to the nether, you want to make sure that you have a free space that is empty and peaceful. You can block off your portal using some blocks, and I recommend doing this at the height Y100 so that you don't have any ghasts or something like this around. Now what you want to do is to stand right at the side of the portal, and you want to save and quit your game. Then go back into your world. Now back in the game you can perform the duplication glitch. What you want to do is to jump in the portal, and just before you get teleported you want to place down the ShulkerBox with all the items inside. Then once you're at the overworld, so teleported, you want to exit the game without saving. On mobile you can do this by exiting and closing the tab. On PC you can do this by pressing the red X in the corner or pressing Alt F4. And on console you do this by using the console menu and pressing close application. Now let's do this. I jump in the portal. I just wait some seconds, place down my ShulkerBox. Then you just have to wait until you're at the other side and make yourself ready. And now I quitted the game and you can load back into Minecraft. Of course you want to load back into your world to see if everything worked. If everything worked, we should have the ShulkerBox with all the items in it in our inventory, and it should be in the nether as well, and we should be in the nether. As you can see, it seems to have worked. We have the ShulkerBox in our inventory and it is on the floor. As you can see, we have all the items in the shulker chest, and let's see, yeah, we got all the items in this one too, so we duplicated everything. This time it worked first try for me, but it doesn't work every time, and there still is a chance that you can lose the items. So every time you do this, I recommend making a copy of your world just to be on the safer side. Now to the third one. As mentioned, if you don't have access to a ShulkerBox, then you can use this one because it just requires one chest and of course all the items you want to duplicate. The procedure is almost the same with a few tweaks, but first let's go into the nether. Again, you will need a safe and friendly spot. In the nether, the first thing to do is to take out our chest. Just place it down at the side of the nether and then you can save and quit your game. Then you want to load back into your world. Now back in your world, you just want to put all the items in the chest, then jump into the portal and then wait until you're at the other side in the overworld, and then you can exit the game with the methods I already have explained. So let's open the chest, put all the items in the chest I want to duplicate. I have to do this fairly quick, otherwise it might not work. Then you just have to wait again until you're at the other side. And now let's see. Now we're at the other side and I close the game. Again, load back into Minecraft. Now let's see if everything worked. We have all our items in the inventory, and in the chest there are the items as well. As you can see, we duplicated every items that we wanted to. Now when you're in the overworld at the portal and it didn't work for you, then you have to be quicker. When you are in the nether and it didn't work for you, then you might have to slow down. Now sadly, these two exiting the game methods do not work for realms or servers. If you want to have one for realms or servers, just wait to the last one. But now one that will work on realms and servers definitely too is a method to gain infinite horse armor. I recommend doing this with the diamond horse armor because it is the best one, and you will need one looting 3 sword. In addition, you can do this with a diamond sword or a wood sword, it doesn't matter at all. Now you want to tame a horse. Then you want to open the inventory and put the horse armor onto the horse. Then exit the horse and then just hit the horse with your looting 3 sword until it dies. And now let's see if it worked. It didn't work first try. Now I have another one. Let's try it another time. And as you can see, this time it worked. The horse dropped 2 diamond horse armors instead of just 1. So we duplicated it. Let me say that this won't work every time, but a good fair amount of those it will work. Now we come to the 5th duplication glitch. This is one for realms and servers too, and a method to gain infinite emeralds. For this one you'll just need 1 emerald, and if you want to and have the resources, you'll need a good axe too, but this isn't required. And then you want to have a librarian villager, and you want to cure it 2 times, so it has these traits. If it doesn't have the trait of the bookshelf and the trait of the book right here, then you want to destroy the lectern, so the working station, and replace it, and do this as much as you need to get these 2 traits. And when you cured him 2 times, then this one will be for 1 emerald and this one will be for 1 book. So now, maybe you can already see it, you want to trade 1 bookshelf, place it down and destroy it with the axe. You will get 3 books and you can trade them for 3 emeralds. And then you can again buy yourself 3 bookshelves, and out of them you'll get 9 books, and you can trade them again to the villager. The villager will lock after 12 trades, but you can do this with as much villagers as you want and gain yourself an infinite amount of emeralds, or you just have to wait until it relocks again. Now let's come to the last and most OP duplication glitch that is pretty new in the game. If you needed a full tutorial on this, will be in the video description, but everything you will need for this one is one water bucket, some amounts of blocks, and then you want to take all the items you want to duplicate in block format. It will only work with full blocks that you can place. It won't work with items itself. I know this is a little downside, but after all, it is very OP. Again, you will need to do this in the end dimension. By the way, let's pretend that this platform isn't there. It doesn't affect the glitch at all. And now, preferably at the site you spawned with the obsidian platform, you want to place down your water bucket and jump right in. Then you want to continuously place your blocks until you're at Y10. And if you don't want to risk falling into the void and lose all your items, then you can either use an elytra or again make a copy of your world. By the way, I'm now finished with placing my blocks. You can place the last block right here. Now we're at Y11, but this doesn't matter. You can do this at all heights from Y0 to Y16. Above it won't work. Now when you get yourself a small bridge to stand on, you want to extend out this bridge out to the next block in your coordinate that can be divided by 16. As you can see, if I move forwards and backwards, the first coordinate is the one that changes. And now 128 is the next block that can be divided by 16. That means we're now on a chunk border, and if you check the area around, you should have at least 16 blocks in this direction, 16 blocks in this direction, and 16 blocks in this direction that don't have any other blocks in them. So the entire area in this radius should be free. To make sure you're on the right block, you can place another block that indicates that you're on a chunk border as the last block. And now what you want to do is to extend out some more blocks. You could build a platform or just a bridge, and then you want to place the blocks you want to duplicate on them. Now I took 3 blocks of diamonds. You can do this with more, but the more blocks you place right now, the less the chance is that you will duplicate all of them. So I recommend trying this with 3 blocks first and then higher your amount. Now go back to the water stream and swim up. Of course, if you have one, you can use an elytra. You're gonna wanna go through the end portal. Then in the overworld, you want to go to the end portal again. It is helpful to place a bed right here and then of course jump through. Now go back to the little platform you built, and you want to destroy and collect all of the 3 diamond blocks or whatever you wanted to duplicate. Now I have 63 blocks of diamonds left, of course, because I dropped one into the void. You want to avoid this, and then you want to destroy the platform. You want to destroy the indicator block, which I already have done, and some of the blocks of the bridge, so that you are sure that you have a fully empty chunk. Then you want to swim back, or of course use your elytra. By the way, this whole process, so breaking and swimming back to the portal, should be fairly quick, because otherwise it might not work. The longer it takes you to do the whole thing, the lower the chance is that you duplicate everything that you wanted to. And now the next step is to go back into your overworld. Now back in the end, let's see if everything worked. If everything worked, we should have the blocks of diamonds staying right there, and this is the case as you can see. If it didn't work for you, then either you don't have a fully empty chunk or you weren't fast enough with the whole thing. Now we can collect all of this, and as you can see in the whole process, we duplicated 2 of them, 3 if we didn't drop 1 into the void. Of course, you can repeat this whole thing as long and as much if you want, and it will work on realms and servers as well. Now that everything has been said, I hope that I helped you with all these methods and duplication glitches. If I helped, then every kind of support would be highly appreciated. You can leave a sub, you can leave a like, and you can leave your comments in the comment section. Of course, if you have some questions, you can do this as well in the comment section. And then I hope we see us again in the next video. See ya!